Hey y'all, welcome to the Potspoon kitchen. Join me as I dive into the vibrant culinary scene of the Caribbean and explore the delicious dishes that makes the holiday season so special. We are spicing it up with this Trinidad and Tobago inspired lunch menu. From roasted chicken to seasoned rice to macaroni pie and potato salad, we are gonna turn things up just a bit and use some different ingredients to make some of these dishes our very own. Hey y'all, today we are gonna be making an award-winning garlic herb roasted chicken, and these are the flavors that we are gonna be going with. We have our key ingredient, garlic. I'm using 5 cloves of garlic, Caribbean roasted garlic spice. It's a small amount of fresh seasoning, but I'm going to only be using the herbs and not so much the liquid. We have some chopped fresh thyme, some fresh rosemary, finely chopped. We are going to be going in with a little bit of soy sauce for color, flavor, and the aesthetic of the chicken. We have some salt, black pepper, and some chili flakes, and I'm going to list all the ingredients amount in the description box. And I'm going to use just a little bit of melted butter. This is about a quarter cup of melted butter. And of course we have our chicken, nicely washed with lemon juice, and I already cleaned it. I'm going to leave some of the fat because I want this fat to render while it's in the oven. This chicken weighs 2.1 kg. So I trimmed the fat and everything. And now we are going to make our marinade and we're going to put this together. For the marinade, it's simple. We are going to add all our ingredients into our butter. Soy sauce. Garlic. Rosemary. We want to get all of it out. We're going to add our thyme, homemade green seasoning. Now we're going to add our pepper, salt, and chili flakes. Now we're going to mix it up, and then we're going to move on to the next step. This is beautiful. So you're going to have a really nice aesthetic of the chicken, the overall presentation, and then you're going to have loads and loads of flavor in here. To get a really nice, crispy, glossy looking chicken, you want to make sure that you're drying the entire chicken first before we apply the butter, because butter and the water would not really mix. So you want to make sure that you dry the skin so that you have a nice, shiny, crispy, glossy skin. You want to dry the cavity of the chicken as well, the wings. You want to see an overall shine. The butter has nicely firmed up, a really nice herbed butter. So let's go under the skin and place all those flavors underneath there. You're going to pack it with flavor, and as the butter melts, it's going to distribute evenly. So now let's take the skin and the exterior. Be very generous with the butter. I've made some incisions on top of the chicken, and I'm just gonna push some of my herbs down in there. Let's flip it over, and now we're gonna do the back. In all in there. Let's get the wing. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tie the legs. Just give it a basic trust. So now we're going to place this on our stand, and we're going to allow it to sit there for about 1 hour before we place it in the oven. Now that the chicken is nicely coated in all the herbs, we're going to place it in the refrigerator just like this for 1 hour, and then I'm going to place it in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to roast it for about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Our chicken is almost done, and it's beautifully golden brown. So I'm going to use a turkey baster. I'm going to baste the chicken. I'll pop it back in the oven for another 15 minutes. And remember to bless your girl up and hit that subscription button. I'm about to show you how I make a very special seasoned rice, a vegetable seasoned rice, that whenever I have guests at my home, this is the rice that they always request. On my countertop we have our ingredients. We have parsley, liquid Maggi, or you can use a Maggi cube. I have vegetable broth. You can use water as well. I have bell peppers, red and green. I have chopped spinach, thyme, garlic, onion powder, canola oil, and I am using 2 types of rice. I am using long grain rice and jasmine rice. This is a mix. I have salt to taste, and the very key ingredient that I'm going to show you when I am making this. Making our very special seasoned rice. I have my pan on medium heat, and I'm adding 1 tablespoon of canola oil or olive oil. You can also use butter for this. Now let's add some thyme. I'm now adding thyme. I'm adding just a touch of curry powder. And curry powder is our secret ingredient. You don't want to burn the curry. We're adding our bell peppers. And we're adding our spinach. Parsley. And you will find all the ingredient amount in the description box. I'm going to break on the spinach. This rice is really amazing. Whenever I have guests, as I mentioned before, this is one of the rice that they always request, but I've never shared the recipe until now. Let's add some onion powder. And I prefer to use onion powder over the onion because the onion has a really overpowering taste. Liquid Maggi, or you can use Maggi cube. And now we're going to saute our rice. Add all the rice in. And this is jasmine rice. Let's add in our long grain rice. And we are sauteing. The last thing we're going to add is salt to taste. And you want to break up the spinach. Now let's add our liquid. Add in our liquid. taste, and then we're going to adjust the salt. Half teaspoon of salt. We're going to cover this up and allow it to simmer and cook thoroughly for about 17 minutes. The rice is now done. I'm going to use a fork. And let's allow it to air out. Let's assemble our first salad. So we are making a simple fresh salad of cucumbers, sliced cucumbers, an assortment of tomatoes, cherry tomatoes and grape tomatoes. And we're going to leave this side of our spring mix for later. So now we're just going to go in with a little bit of salt and pepper, and we're just going to toss it, and then we're going to finish our next salad. We're not going to add any lemon juice because our next salad we're going to add lemon juice to that. And it's just this simple, easy, delicious and healthy as this. We're going to move on now to our crab and potato salad. We are almost at the end of our lunch menu, and in this bowl I have 4 medium to large potatoes. These are Irish potatoes, and I diced them in just about almost the same sizes so that they cook equally. So now I'm going to put this in my pot in cold water to cook but still firm. We have 1 cup of thinly sliced carrots, and I'm going to boil these until they are a bit al dente, and I'm going to add them in the potatoes when the potatoes are like 5 minutes before finish. We have our potatoes nicely diced, still have some texture and shape to them. We have some red pepper puree, salt and pepper. We have seafood seasoning, finely diced red onions. We have our crab meat, and this crab meat is from the can. These are from the legs, and I gave them a nice rinse. We have finely chopped parsley, a very key ingredient, lemon juice, and we have seafood seasoning, and not to forget our mayonnaise. Parsley, red onions, and you can make this your own by adding corn, peas and other stuff that you normally add to your potato salad. I'm going in with my seafood seasoning. Next we're going to add our red pepper puree, just about a tablespoon. We're going to add our crab meat, just a little bit of salt and pepper. We're going to add our lemon juice, and now we're going to add our mayonnaise, and you will find the entire ingredient list down in the description box. I'm starting by adding 3 heaping tablespoons. I'm just going to add 4. Okay, so 4 heaping tablespoons of mayonnaise. And now I'm going to mix this. I don't want to break up the crab meat much more because this is not the chunks of crab meat. Potatoes are whole in their shape, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Our rice already have a lot of greens in it, so I'm not going to push it much more. I like it when my crab and potato salad has a lot of lemon juice in there. Let's taste. Fantastic. Our next recipe to our delicious meal is macaroni pie, and we're going to use the straight macaroni, and we're going to cook these 7 to 9 minutes according to the cooking time, and then we're going to come back and assemble our macaroni pie. We are now ready to make our macaroni pie, and these are the ingredients that I will be using. So let's get ready to assemble. Okay, so our macaroni is done and it's very hot, so all the ingredients will be able to melt away. And we are going in with 1 teaspoon of butter. I am not adding a lot of butter because I am going to be using mayonnaise in this, which is also high fat. Mix the butter and get it in to separate the macaroni. Now I'm going to add my mayonnaise. Mix this in. This is onion and red pepper puree. I use half of a medium onion and I use half of a red pepper, a red sweet pepper, and I put it in my bullet and pureed it without any water. So this is going to be very good to pair with our cheese. It smells amazing, and if you haven't yet subscribed, give the video a thumbs up and let me know how you make your macaroni pie. Everyone makes macaroni pie differently. So now I am going to add just a teaspoon of mustard. I have another macaroni pie recipe on this channel. You could check that out as well to see that if that's something that you like. Now I am adding 4 cups of cheddar cheese. Should be about enough. And the rest we're going to reserve to add to the top of our pie later on. The last thing I want to add is salt, and salt is not to taste but to balance the flavors. Now we are ready to add our carnation milk, which is also a key ingredient. You could also use powder milk or whole milk. To melt away the cheese, I am going in with the carnation milk, hot, and this is going to help smoothen everything out and give us a nice creamy macaroni pie. And to this, I am also adding 1 egg. Egg is optional. You don't have to add egg if you don't want to, but I like it because it binds my ingredients quite well along with the mayonnaise. Nice and creamy, and that's why it's important to use a lot of hot liquids. So now let's transfer this to our baking dish. And get all the juices in there. For a nice flat top macaroni pie, you need to add a lot of cheese to it, and I don't like to go stingy on my cheese. Christmas, Thanksgiving, any occasion at all. Now we're going to pop this in the oven until the top is nice and golden brown. Okay folks, that's it for our menu items today. Drop a comment in the comment section and let me know your opinion of all my recipes, what you liked, what you did not like. We value your opinions on this channel. And before you go, please give this video a thumbs up, click the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and give this video a share. Bye for now. See you on another good day for other great recipes.